Assalamu alaikum and welcome this evening to Chai with Rohima. On today's program we're going to talk about a leadership program which is being co-sponsored by Common Purpose and the British Council. So with me today I have two guests. One of my guests is joining us by Skype, which is Reem Asil. She is one of the program coordinators for Common Purpose. And in the studio I'm joined by Brother Farouk. Many of you know him very well, and he is the head of department at Tower Hamlets Council for Education, I believe.
Adult and community learning, yeah.
Thank you very much for joining me. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
So soon after Eid, my viewers and my guests, I hope you had a very enjoyable Eid. So Eid Mubarak to you. So first, if I can come to Reem, because I think Reem, this is such a wonderful opportunity for people from the British Bangladeshi community, as well as those in Bangladesh who I understand will be being selected by the British Council to take part on this leadership program. I'm wondering, Reem, if it's possible, could you please talk us through the program and how that has come about, how long you've been doing the program, etc. So, Reem Asil, I welcome you to the program. Please do give us a little bit of a breakdown on.
Thank you, Rohima, and good evening to you, to Farouk, and to all the people that are watching us now. As you mentioned, I mean, it's an exciting, opportunity, I think, for diaspora leaders in the UK. Let me start by saying that I met Common Purpose myself as a participant. So I was in a similar place, to our coming participants, hopefully. I did the Syrian diaspora program, a leaders, program that was run, the first one that was run in 2017. And, I got hooked with Common Purpose because I loved, the ethos, what they're about. And then a year later, I started working with them. So part of our diaspora work is indeed the work that we're doing with the British Council for the Bangladeshi diaspora in the UK. So we have, an upcoming program. The applications are open now for leaders, Bangladeshi leaders from across the UK to apply to join the program. But let me start by giving you maybe an overview, because this program is part of a even larger initiative with the British Council. So it's a collaboration with the British Council, and the collaboration actually is not new. It began with the Diaspora Leadership Program in 2015, and Farouk here can talk about his experience because he took part in that one, I believe. But we are now, as I said, launching a new program together, with the British Council as part of a larger project called Lead Bangladesh. And the aim is to support Bangladeshi diaspora leaders to increase their impact both here in the UK but also back home, in Bangladesh. So the people that will apply for the program will join the program for 3 days. We'll have different, learnings that we can talk about later in more detail. But then they will also be able to provide support and mentorship and expertise to young leaders back in Bangladesh that are working on social action projects. As I mentioned, this is part of Lead Bangladesh, which is a project that the British Council is running. They are training currently 3,000 young people between the age of 18 and 35 in Bangladesh on the sustainable development goals of Bangladesh. So they're working on three aspects. The social entrepreneurship is one of them, climate impact, and then democratic inclusion. So these are, the young people that are taking part in this training, 3,000 of them back home in Bangladesh. And then with Common Purpose, as I said, the applications are open for a program that will run for 3 days here in London. The applications are now open, but the program will take place in October. 3 days exact days, later on, the applications are open actually until the 23rd of August. I need to mention this. And then we're aiming to have a cohort of 40 participants. So Bangladeshi leaders, whether, doesn't matter what stage in their career they're at, whether they are not just now starting or whether they are more established in their career, because we always aim, for an intergenerational group. That's part of the richness that the program can provide. They will come together for 3 days in October, and all the dates, are on our website. So they will work on a challenge. They will learn about our thought leadership, leading beyond authority, cultural intelligence, and all of that. And then they will be matched with, the young Bangladeshi that are working, in Bangladesh as part of the LEAD initiative. And they will provide mentorship. So they will help with expertise, supporting and all of that to these young people. And then hopefully they will have also a half day online in November. And then hopefully in 2022, the British Council is, planning to bring 300 of these young leaders from Bangladesh to the UK in London, where they will get to meet their mentors. So, during that time, between October and November and spring, like 2022, the mentors will be providing, like offering support online for these young leaders the leaders they will be matched with. So that's an overview of what will take place and what is the offering, basically.
Thank you, Reem. Reem, just to recap on this, you say that for Bangladeshi leads, they are between 18 and 35. However, those here in the UK that wish to apply, they can be from what age? 18 plus, I believe. I don't think there's not an age limit.
Yeah, exactly. 18 plus, there is no limit, any age at any stage in their leadership journey, as long as they can demonstrate, leadership potential, they can apply for the program.
Yeah, because I think one of the things our viewers might like to know, I mean, there are leaders of all different kinds. There's leaders, as we'll hear from our brother Farouk here, on education, but there's also leaders in social mobility, e-commerce, IT, there's business leaders, entrepreneurial leaders, there's community leaders, social media leaders come in all shapes and sizes in all genres. So for anybody who wishes to know more or would like to apply, please do go on to the website, and we will be showing the website shortly. And also, if I could just ask, if there are a group of young people who wish to, is there any regional parts of the UK, or is it all inclusive? So from all of the UK?
From all across the UK. We usually have, diverse groups. We have applicants like that. We just ran the Syrian diaspora program last month, and we have participants from all parts and corners from the UK. From Scotland, starting from Edinburgh and Glasgow, all the way to the south, the Midlands, everywhere. So there is no, specifications when it comes to their geographical location. We encourage applications from across the UK.
That's wonderful. I'm going to come over to Brother Farouk. Assalamu alaikum, brother. How are you?
I'm good. A little bit hot and bothered after all this weather we've had, but
I know,
we shouldn't complain about the hot weather.
It's cooling down at the minute,
it is cooling down.
Perhaps, I understand that you took part in the program. It was at 2015.
5 years ago, I took part in the program. That was a slightly smaller group. It was called the Bangladeshi and Pakistani diaspora. It's the first of the funding that they had. So I think we had 15 people of Bangladeshi background, 15 people of Pakistani background. And I believe the Pakistani group have gone on to and do another 2-3 more, but we've been a little bit lagging behind, mainly because of, I don't know, maybe enthusiasm from the British Council in Bangladesh of funding, and these sort of things happen. But it was a great program. And I'll tell you why I participated. And like Reem said, we had people all the way from Edinburgh, Glasgow, Newcastle, you know, Birmingham.
Wales, I hope, only
yeah,
because I'm homegrown.
Everybody from wherever. And this program's always been quite inclusive. And one of the things that you'll find with the Bangladeshi diaspora, everything, not everything, a lot of things are very London-centric.
Yes.
Because this is, you know, it is the capital, and a lot of us live here, therefore a lot of things tend to happen here. But I think common purpose, certainly on this occasion, and even previously, I know, they are using their networks to try and reach out to as many people as possible, and hence we are on NTV
Yes,
talking about it today, and
absolutely.
hopefully it's going out to the whole nation, yeah.
I hope that, you know, there are those, you know, wherever in the country, and I know, you know, if you know of somebody who might be interested, if you're interested in yourself, then please put yourself forward. There's no harm in applying, because, you know, at the end of the day, the more we learn,
Absolutely.
the more we learn,
The other thing is like, if
and we can help others along the way. I think one of the challenges that we have is, even amongst ourselves, is who is a leader?
Yeah.
What is a leader?
Yeah.
And who's, you know, how do you make what you know, your understanding of a leader work for you and for others? I mean, for me, a leader should be able to open the doors for others to come with them and to help them along the way.
Absolutely.
And it's not about closing doors. So that's why on this program I was so pleased that you both, you and Reem, agreed to come on, because this is an opportunity for our Bangladeshi diaspora. And Reem, if you'll excuse me, we're going to just go into Bengali just a little bit, because a lot of our viewers might wish to know. So Baya, I'm going to ask you to repeat some of the things that you've said about why you think the leadership would help, program would help.
The leadership program, it's really important because you don't to go on a leadership course. Normally, I've done lots of leadership. There's an organization called Institute for Leadership and Management.
Yes.
You want to do one of those courses, cost a lot of money. Whereas this is being funded by the British Council. Jehetu ekta funded course, আপনার নিজের কোনো টাকা খরচ হইতো না, and yet you're going to meet lots of influential people. দেশের বিভিন্ন জায়গা থেকে মানুষ আইবা. And you learn the skills and some of the participants the people who are going to deliver on the course. These are very highly skilled people, very influential people. So you get to learn. So after binamulya, in a way, you're going to go on a course that you'll have a chance to actually learn and take something. But the one thing that's really important, I love meeting people, but not just randomly meeting people. On this course, you will meet other people who are very successful in their own right. And as you mentioned, they might be in the field of business, they might be in the field of education, they might be in the field of law. So to be around these like-minded people who are quite successful in their own way, you will learn just as much, I feel, from the participants as much as you will from the trainers. So,
well, we're going to go shortly to a break, but before I go to the break, you know, and when we come back, we will learn a little bit more about the program and where you've gone from having taken on that leadership. But I agree with you, by যখন এটা তো কোনো পয়সা লাগে না, এটা হতো হলো যে যতক্ষণ পারো না আমরা অন্যজনেরটা হেল্প করতাম. I can't tell you how valid and how valuable a network is.
100%.
You know, it's, and when people say to you, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Believe me, programs like this don't come, you know, very often, where you're not being asked to contribute directly. The only thing you're being asked to do is to commit, and a very short amount of time. But what you can learn from that amount of time, you know, will benefit you for the rest of your life, because one of the things you learn about leadership is it's not just about you, it's about being able to give on to the next generation. So very shortly we're going to go to a break. So we're just going to go to a break. We hope to see you very shortly when we come back. Do stay with us. Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. Welcome back to the program. So we're talking about leadership, and in particularly a leadership program with common purpose, because I felt that this program is all about, you know, at least holding out, giving out an arm to others who might want to, you know, maybe look upon how they can, reach out and expand on their networks. So I'm going to come back to Reem. Reem, if you could tell us a little bit more about the history of Common Purpose, what its purpose is, and how it developed, and then how this whole idea of doing this diaspora programs. I know, as you said, the Bangladesh, you were part of a Syrian diaspora program, and there was a Bangladesh and Pakistani diaspora program, which our brother mentioned before, and now we're moving on, hopefully trying to catch up with our Bangladesh diaspora programs. Yeah. But what Common Purpose itself was all about, and how it came together with the British Council to project this idea and promote this idea. So if you could just give us a little bit more information.
Sure. Yeah, of course. So Common Purpose is a not-for-profit organization. We are 30 years old, so not, we've been around for a long time. The organization was first established in the UK, but now it is a global organization. So we do run programs, and we have presence in more than 70 cities around the world. And we count today, we're nearing, so hopefully pretty soon we will reach 100,000 alumni from across the world. And our alumni, span across sectors, countries, age groups, you name it. Basically, we do work with people from all walks of lives. We run a lot of programs, so our programs, whether it is with private sector, public sector, universities, we do run a lot of programs. A part of our work is, as you mentioned, Rohima, is with the diaspora here in the UK. Initially the program, the collaboration with British Council started in 2015. They funded a program, as Farouk mentioned, that was for both the Pakistani and the Bangladeshi diaspora in the UK. We had, as I mentioned myself, the Syrian Diaspora Leaders Program as well, funded by other funders. So previously by Penny Appeal, for example, this year was funded by Islamic Relief. So as you can see, we have like a wide range of funders, if you will, and work within the diaspora communities in the UK. But with the British Council, this year we are focusing, as you said as well, on the Bangladeshi diaspora. So this is now a program purely for the Bangladeshi diaspora here in the UK. And our programs usually, we focus on our thought leadership. So leading beyond authority is something that we teach in our programs. And as the name suggests, leading beyond authority is very important, is an important skill for people that want to impact, want to have an impact, want to achieve a change, but they don't necessarily have a formal or an official authority. So especially young people that work on social change or in civil society, it's a vital skill to acquire. But we also teach cultural intelligence, which helps people to thrive in different cultures and to work across boundaries. So these are our, two main thought leadership, which participants in this program, the Bangladeshi Diaspora Program, will learn. Along with other, stuff around innovation. I'm sure Farouk can tell you more about his experience, which can bring to life, what to expect from this program. But let me actually tell you a little bit more about this work that, has come, about from with the British Council. So as we all know, British Council usually builds connections, understanding and trust between people in the UK, but also in other countries through arts and culture, education, and the English language, of course. So they have presence in so many parts of the world. Bangladesh is one of them. They are now leading on an initiative called, as I mentioned, Lead Bangladesh. And it is like leadership for advancing development in Bangladesh. So they are they are aiming rather to support young people in Bangladesh to be empowered and skilled as leaders in their communities. So the primary intervention of this lead initiative or project is to work with 3,000 young people across Bangladesh to enhance their leadership skills through identifying key challenges, and collaborating with leaders, as I mentioned, from the Bangladeshi diaspora. So we all know, myself as a diaspora member, I'm Syrian, British Syrian living in the UK. We do want usually to help, to give back to our home countries. So we know that the Bangladeshi diaspora here in the UK are keen actually to connect and to support, but they don't necessarily always know how to do this and how to connect, with especially young people in Bangladesh. So this program will offer that framework, will offer ways in which the Bangladeshi diaspora here in the UK can be connected with these 3,000 young people that the British Council is training and working with to enhance, as I said, their skills in when it comes to social action. So on the social development goals. So they are working on different areas. So social entrepreneurship is one area. Climate impact is another area, and also democratic inclusion is the third area that British Council is training those young leaders to be able to enhance their skills, to be able to, better lead the country in the future. And then the Bangladeshi diaspora here in the UK, the 40 participants will that will take part in the program in October, will be matched with those young people in Bangladesh. So they will be able to contribute their expertise, their knowledge that they have here, in a meaningful way that can support young people and that can, have a role in building that brighter future for Bangladesh that we all, hope to see, inshallah, one day. Okay. So I hope that it is becoming, more clear. And as you mentioned, Rohima, please, for anyone that is interested, do have a look at our website, but also do get in touch. We will be more than happy to have a call with you, to have a chat, to give you more information, so you're clear, on what to expect. And I would like actually to hear from Farouk, and then I'll be happy to give you, more detail about what exactly will be the commitment for the program. So the exact days, the exact timing, and hours that are to be expected, from participating in the program.
Thank you very much, Reem. Just for our viewers, we do have a studio line which is on the screen. If you have any questions, please do call in. We are taking calls. Please do call in. We'd be happy to take any of your inquiries. And also, please do go onto the Common Purpose website. You can look at the Bangladesh Diaspora Leadership Program, and we'll giving out that information as well. Farouk, if we can just come back to you, as Reem has said, if perhaps you could tell us a little bit about, following, what you learned from the leadership scheme and how that's benefited you, or any of the projects that you thought that you could use to impact on any particular area.
I think whenever all of us will do courses, all of us will go on to leadership courses, all types of different things. And at the end of the day, it's how we interpret those things and how we then apply it for ourselves. So I'll give you an example. Over the last 5 years, after doing that program, one of the things is, like, I came from Bangladesh when I was 7 years old. So every time we used to originally go back, we just visit our family, and we never really got to see Bangladesh. But I've been quite active from a young age. So when I was at college, I ended up taking with a group of 12 other student friends. We traveled the whole of Bangladesh.
That's great.
Yeah, 5 weeks. We went from Chittagong to, you know, Dhaka and the Sundarbans,
So
everything. It was
right?
amazing to see other parts of Bangladesh and to appreciate that.
Okay, we're going to go to a break very shortly, and I love to go to a break on this because we really
I will come
want
back
to
and
hear
tell you a
more.
lot more of what I've actually done in the last few years.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Come back and join us because we really do want to hear more, and we want you to call in if you have any questions. Please do call in on the number provided. Assalamu alaikum to people who have just joined us, and to those who have been with us throughout the program, thank you for staying with us and welcome back. We're going to go straight back to Farouk because he was on an interesting role about his youth going around Bangladesh with a few friends, and what this leadership program has meant for him and what he's learned from it and what he's been able to do with the knowledge and experience and the link, the networking. Farouk, I'll go back to you.
Yeah, so the saying, I did that when I was really young, so you're going back quite a few years, 20 odd years ago I did it. Then I hadn't done anything for a long while, but I was very curious. You know, when I've been back to Sylhet, we're all from different, majority of Bangladeshis in the UK are from Sylhet, so we go back to our regional areas. My family background's from Sunamganj district, so we go there mainly, all my relatives are there. We very rarely travel anywhere. But after that program, I was very lucky because I'd done that and I'd been interested a little bit more about Bangladesh and how we can help. I got involved with a charity and I went to Bangladesh twice, and we mainly focused on Sylhet and went to the various different districts in it. So for example, if you're from Sunamganj, you will never go to somewhere like Biani Bazar because it's completely the opposite way, whereas you might go through Moli Bazar because when you're traveling to Dhaka or Sri Mongol and all that kind of thing. So I really wanted to travel and see, and I was very lucky. I went twice and I spent 2 weeks and actually got to see the regions, and there are the slight intricacies and differences of not only doing good for people, you know, whether you're putting in water wells, we did these livelihood projects of giving women sewing machines, giving the men rickshaws to make a living, etc. Then one thing I realized, I don't know whether you've ever thought of this, and every time you're around people, I like people who provoke my mind in terms of thinking them. You know, when it comes to charity, so if there's a disaster in Bangladesh, who are the people who are going to help? It's usually the Bangladeshi diaspora. If it's happening in India, it's usually them. But I always say, like, nobody has monopoly on empathy. So what I wanted to do, instead of just going to Bangladesh and helping people in Bangladesh, I wanted to do something slightly different, maybe not as elaborate, but I wanted to help people from around the world. And so I developed a project with some of the people I actually met on Common Purpose. We got together and I come up with a project, and we went to about 20 different countries around the world doing really simple things. So it's like Eid. We gave, like, you know, the kids sleeping on the streets. We gave them new Eid clothes, and it's really simple. It probably cost about £5 each. But somebody had to think about it, raise the money, and logistically have somebody abroad in these 20 odd countries to do it. But because I had the network and some of the people I met through Common Purpose, so whether it's Bangladeshi or Pakistanis, I worked with them. Yeah, people who helped me to go out to Pakistan, to India, to Nigeria, to China, all of them I met through this network. So that's why network is really, really important. So it's all about what you want. Because I wanted to do this thing, I recognized people in that group who could help me. Had I not gone on that course, to be honest, I would neither have probably gone to Bangladesh on those 2 trips and traveled around Bangladesh, nor would I have had, like, you know, to go to 20 odd countries, and that project is still ongoing.
Wow.
And it's simple thing. I'm not going to change the world. It's impossible for any of us, but we can all do our little bit. So that's just a starting point. But the other thing I wanted to develop, when I went on that course, one of the things was we all had a brief, we all had to come up with a project. We were in a small group, I can't remember, there was 30 of us, and we worked in groups of 5 and 6 and 1. One of the things I really wanted to do is develop this thing called Bangladeshi Diaspora Knowledge Network. So that means we've got Bangladeshis all over the world, and I really wanted to connect all of us together. And I'm still working on some kind of an app, so whether you live in the States or France or Spain or the UK, if you have expertise, I would say it might be my profile, Farouk, education, etc. If you wanted to speak to somebody in education, so you can just easily go on an app and connect. And these ideas just come all as a result of it. And these people who will be going on this particular program, they will have that opportunity to meet people from all walks of life. And who knows what great idea they're going to come up with. That's
the thing, isn't it? I mean, it's being able to see that opportunity and grasp it.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the reasons why, you know, I so wanted you both on the program, because this is a huge opportunity if you can see it. If you understand the opportunity that's being put in front of you, then you will see it's a huge opportunity for those who are taking part. Not only because it will develop their own self-development, but to what they can do outside of that. And as you say, look at the impact. It all might seem like a drop of water in the ocean, Reem, and I know you'll agree with me.
One of the other things I really wanted to do this year, the 50th anniversary, and I've been pushing Common Purpose actually for the last few years. This has been a long time coming. We've been working on this for the last couple of years, to be honest. It's like that whole connection with Bangladesh, because we were at one time talking about doing a big conference in Bangladesh where we have leaders from Bangladesh and from the UK as a 50th anniversary, and obviously because of the pandemic we had agreement for that, but unfortunately we just had to leave that. But I think we can still do that. And I think the other thing is, we said Bangladesh is, whether we were born there, born here, we still have that affinity. We want to help in some way, and this is an amazing way to work with a group of people who can then cascade it to a lot more people. And we will go, and it's like all of us travel to Bangladesh. I've often, like, you want to go and see family, but you can still go and do this for a day or two to actually meet groups of people. And I've been very fortunate to be in Bangladesh, and I'm seeing these young people and the enthusiasm they have and the skills and things that they're developing is amazing. Something like IT. We could be doing work with them in Bangladesh. I've got friends who have businesses here, and they're getting the IT support from Bangladesh from these amazing young individuals. And more people could be doing it at a fraction of the cost if you were to hire somebody here. So those are little things. Once you develop that connection, those doors will open up to you that you haven't even possibly thought about.
Absolutely, I totally agree with you there. And it's been so important. I mean, even through my own career, and looking at leadership and at career development, is your network. Your network, it doesn't give you your net worth or your self-worth, but what it does do is it supports some of the goals that you personally might want to achieve or endeavor to achieve, but not just for yourself, but for others behind you. And I always have this open door policy where I feel that, whatever knowledge that or position that we have, it comes with a sense of responsibility, and that responsibility is not just for yourself, it's for others, and to help them. And this is the thing. I think the good thing about the program itself, and Common Purpose and British Council being involved in it, is that there is transparency, and there's a whole lot that can be gained by just saying, to yourself that I would like to do this because I would like to do more. And as you said, it's often about I want to do something, but not having the right links in order to take it further or to take it more forward. So, it's such a wonderful program. I do hope viewers that you will look at the program and look at the leadership program and put in an application. And you never know, I know it's running this year. Does it run annually?
It doesn't run annually because it all depends on the funding and the support from them. But what I was going to just add is that people literally, you've got nothing to lose. First thing I would do is go onto the Common Purpose website and just look at the Bangladeshi Diaspora Leadership Program. You'll find the information. The other thing is we are trying to encourage people from around the UK to apply. If they are from, I don't know, say coming from Scotland, I think Common Purpose might have a little bit of money to support you for your transport, and they're only here for 3 days here in London, the program. They might be able to support you with the cost of, although the program itself is free, they might also be able to help you with your accommodation and transport costs.
Couple more minutes left of the program, but Reem, I want to hand this over to at least a minute over to you to say about, if you can, give the dates and remind people when the last applications are due in. And once again, Common Purpose website, Bangladesh Diaspora Leadership Program. Please do look on the website. And Reem, if you can just give us a brief thing, 1 minute on when the program starts and for how long?
Sure. So the program will be from the 5th to the 7th of October 2021 in London, as I said, for a group of 40 Bangladeshi diaspora members. And then on the 17th of November 2021, they will have a 3-hour online mentoring training, because they will receive a mentoring training to prepare them for once they are matched with their mentees from the young leaders in Bangladesh. And then they will have to commit to 12 hours of mentor support online, in 2022 to young leaders in Bangladesh. And then they will, in 2022, in spring 2022, dates to be confirmed, but maybe around May or June, they will have one day where they will get to meet their mentees. So hopefully the young leaders from Bangladesh will come, by the support of the British Council here to the UK, and they will get to meet their mentors. So this is one day to be expected in 2022. So that's all the time commitments, and the location. So 3 days from the 5th to the 7th of October in London, and then the 17th of November is online. And then from 17th of November up until spring of 2022, 12 hours of mentoring support online, obviously. They can apply by, as you said, looking up our website. There is like a very simple apply button they click on. They can contact us as well. The applications are open until midnight, 23rd of August. There is no cost involved. The program is fully funded by the British Council, so it is free for the Bangladeshi diaspora to take part in. Now, as Farouk mentioned, because we're encouraging people to apply from all across the UK, we have some bursaries that they might be able, to apply for. Available as well from people outside London, and they can find more, about what to expect during the program. So what will happen through the 3 days. I mean, Farouk gave a flavor. They will be working on their own projects. They will visit organizations. They will meet, leaders from the Bangladeshi diaspora, but also from other diaspora. And they can find out, about all of that and more on the website.
Thank you, Reem. Thank you so much. I want to thank my guests this evening. Thank you so much for joining me. Viewers, thank you very much for joining me on my program. I do look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks' time. Thank you once again for joining me. Thank you. Have a good evening. To my viewers, have a good evening. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Rohima. Thank you, Farouk.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.